everyone, I'm Nate. Say hello to the 2016 Honda PCX150.
Listen, not stoked with how close it is to the motor. Good. Haphazardly folded open in a crevice. Done it. And that is all she wrote. Which is what I would expect.
Hey, it's crappy cell phone footage. Hello. So, I didn't feel like pulling out the big camera for this. I really don't see the need. But I wanted to go ahead and start to kind of record the saga of life with a Honda PCX150 and subsequently any mods and whatever I may end up doing to it. So for those of you who don't know, I recently acquired a 2016 Honda PCX150. If you were around in the 80s and 90s, you may remember the Honda Helix and the Honda Elite lineups. And the PCX is kind of what continued from the Helix side. It's actually, if you can see it, no you can't. Yeah, it's too washed out. It's sitting outside right now. I picked up some accessories for it and some things that I actually want to install on it. So that's what this video today is going to be about. First things first, the stock windshield absolutely needs to go. It's far too short and there's far too much wind buffeting against my face to be remotely comfortable. So I'm going to, today, on video, attempt to remove the old windshield, or the stock one, and put on this one. And this comes up just to the bottom of my helmet, so I'm hoping that's going to send a lot of the air up and over me. I did not go for the tallest option, as some of those reviews actually were worse. They caused more issues with those people around my height, which is about 5'10". So yeah, it's not a clip-on, so there are bolts and stuff that have to get attached and jerry-rigged and bait to work, so we will see what it takes. I've also got an alarm and a 180-degree rear view mirror that will be installed, but those are still pending Amazon delivery. Actually, this was not supposed to get here. It is Thursday the 2nd. I ordered this yesterday, Wednesday the 1st. And this was not actually expected to get in until next week's, but it made it overnight from National Cycle, and that is the part number N5000. No, N50002. Well, I can count. But yeah, join me outside and we'll figure it out. I think the instruction manual went somewhere on how to do this. Now, to lessen my chance of becoming a hood ornament, I went ahead and rotated the bike to face me on the sidewalk. And it sounds like to start, there's 2 Phillips head screws that need to come out down there. My neighbors won't stop interrupting. So there, and now the door's going to go off. So this whole assembly should come off after there's 2 screws up underneath this windshield that get removed. So somehow this entire thing should just come off or slide off. And I don't know how. The instructions don't make it very clear as to how. The instructions only say there's 2 screws that come undone and just magically pops off. And then there's a couple of bolts you take off for the stock windshield. I don't see how that happens. Alright, well, I got all those out. Next. So this should just kind of... Does this actually have to come off? Well, there's a whole lot of nothing behind that. Neat. Alright. And there's apparently... I'm guessing there's supports that keep it upright. Doesn't show what the actual scoot looks like once it's all put back together again. Of course not. So remove mirrors. I need a hex key. Okay, I see what's happening. There's these brackets that you install. Ah, this must help support the windshield.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Are they absolutely required? I don't imagine them to be required. But I also could imagine myself being very wrong. Just to get an idea, what does this actually look like with this windshield on? Ooh. That's pretty slick. That should really get a lot of the wind off me. That'll be nice. Alright, now to figure out what to do with the rest of this. Okay, so I figured it out. So these brackets here are just meant to extend the mirrors and make them taller, because it looks like there's a bit of a clearance issue between the mirror and the top part of the windscreen. Although I was able to rotate the handlebars and it's only like that much interference, if that. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep them without the mirror brackets because I really don't see the purpose. Just after a quick test fit, I don't see the point. And if it rubs, it's only by about an inch or two, or not an inch or two, a centimeter or two. And realistically, I'm going to change these mirrors out for something that actually gets up and around my body to begin with, because I'm not the world's most thinnest individual. In fact, I've been compared to a brick shit house, so do with that information what you will. I'm not even going to keep these mirrors here, so the mirrors I'm looking at would have no clearance issues to begin with, so I'm not going to fiddle fart with taking these mirrors out. That means I can pretty much ignore this entire page. So it looks like to install this windshield, install one plastic washer over each threaded mount stud. So it looks like they don't want you to use these washers that were already on. Install one washer over each mount hole. Use OEM bolt and washer assembly to secure windshield. Do not ever tighten. Huh. Roof nylon. Okay, so they're just doing that to prevent this from getting scratched. So yeah, that was way simpler than I thought. So I'll have a quick way to get some of this dust and debris free from here. But your washer, take the adhesive backing off, plonk it on. And I literally just think that's there just to protect the screen from getting scratched. If you do this to your PCX, because this, I think the screen fits 2013 to 2019. I need to go back and read the Amazon listing. Maybe worth actually having some tools that properly fit and a way to clean some of this backing up to make sure the adhesive sticks. So, one more to do before we bolt the windshield on. Alright, nice and tight. The cat's meowing at me because he can see me and I'm ignoring him. Yes, Charlie, I see you, buddy. You're a good boy. And then, allegedly, you just shove the front grill back on, tighten the two screws that secure it in, and you're done. But I don't see how that's going to be possible. I think this might be a two-handed procedure, because I gotta get the screws to line up in there. I'm sure this camera footage is going to be absolutely fantastic. I will be happy to inform you, those were a pain to do. But it's in low, and I think it looks really good. That's held on there really nice. There's a little bit of a gap here that wasn't here before. It's not too bad though. All in all, I think it looks really, really good. Most important part is the test ride though. And you figure probably sometime this week or next week, I'm not sure yet, but I'll make a video for it, of course. I'll put the rear view mirror there. And then I have an alarm I'm going to mount on it, but I don't know where at yet. But yeah, That looks pretty slick. Time for a test ride. Wait a minute. Now the job's done.